Hi, my name is Sajusha and I'm an editor at the Fifth Estate. With me is Sriraj, the contestant for Cultural Secretary Literary. Alright, so let's begin. What is your opinion on merging the positions of Cultural Secretary Literary and Cultural Secretary Arts, since there's no meaningful distinction between the two anyways? Why not just have one secretarial position for the cultural sphere with a different selected Saarang head under the cultural secretary, as happens in other IITs and with the co-curricular sphere in IITM?
Coming to having two cultural secretaries, I am in favor of having two cultural secretaries, mainly because if you see other spheres and cultural sphere, it's very different in terms of the work or execution we do. Whereas if you take a co-curricular affairs secretary or even ISS for suppose, whereas the work that is done in cultural sphere is a lot different. You can see the things which is handled by cultural secretary, be it Sangam, lot of Sangam clubs, Saarang, Litsok, even the contingent, which is our utmost priority with respect to inter-IIT or other competitions in college. The work that is, purely on the basis of work is handled by the cultural secretaries. You can see for the past 5 years, if you ask any cultural secretary, is one of the cultural secretaries free in terms of work, they will say both of them are as packed as possible, even if you take review from current cultural secretaries. You brought up a point, can we have Saarang head and currently even scores act as a Sangam heads? Can we have a Saarang head and have only one cultural secretary? It's a lot different.
Yeah. All right. How do you think the cultural contingents have performed in this first completely offline year since 2019? What problems have you identified with regards to the cultural contingent, and how do you plan to address them?
Yeah. Taking this year as first offline year after a couple of years, definitely there is a lot of catch up for our contingent to do in terms of knowledge transfer and how practices go on. In that aspect, I think our contingent definitely worked well and tried to go back to 2019 practice, practice model or ethics, work ethic in such. If you take especially performing arts clubs like choreo, music, drama, they definitely try to be as best as possible, but definitely there is scope to improve. If you take our literary clubs, there has been in top position from a lot of time. Even this year we had won many championships throughout India. So there is no doubt about our literary clubs, be it quiz, word games. There have been few issues which we can cover with performing arts especially. We don't have specific cultural space for them to practice daily. We don't have mentors for trainees for every contingent. Those are the few things I want to improve upon. Try to have cultural space and mentors and trainees to as many contingents as possible to improve their performance for inter-IIT or other fests.
Okay. Do you think that events like Mardi Gras and Prom increase the participation of the GSP in the cultural scene? Given that most of the general student body do not engage actively with the cultural sphere, what more do you think can be done to reduce barriers to entry and encourage general participation?
Yeah. Talking about events like Mardi Gras and Prom, which happened for the first time this year, Mardi Gras, if I ask me, there are two main motives for it. One from the organizing team perspective, and another from the giving a taste of how Saarang will be in small scale to GSP. Coming to organizing team perspective, a lot of team members, they don't have any on-ground experience apart from the course or the top level members. So it will be something where they will know how to organize things for Saarang as well. Those are the two main motives, if you ask me about Mardi Gras, which planned out well so that we have less cups during Saarang. Coming to Prom, we always talk about having diversified events throughout the year for our GSP to step in, because every year the same events, it won't really excite the GSP. We can have a lot different events like Prom and all. Definitely we can do things better in the event which happened. Definitely we will improve on it, even if it is going to conduct again. As you talked about active participation of GSB, be it in good way or bad way, the discussion over Prom, it really made sure that so many people got to know about what's happening in Prom, in cultural sphere. Obviously, we want to have it in a good way, the publicity, but yeah.
All right. In what way is inducting the PG students into ikollige beneficial to them? Is this going to increase the funds coming in from ikollige towards Saarang?
Yeah. Currently, PGs, if they want to buy Saarang tickets or merchandise, they have to go to a separate portal, Saarang portal, and have to buy, because they don't pay any specific fee towards Saarang or Shastra like UGs, but this gives them a sense of exclusion from UGs. If you talk about participation of PGs, it generally will be less in our events. When we talk about it, we talk that PGs feel excluded from our events. This is as a first step towards having inclusivity among PGs and UGs as well. I want to give them the option to buy from iKollege as well as like UGs, because when I am working as a marketing and sales core, many PGs mailed us saying why can't we buy in iKollege like UGs. I have talked with the CCW chairman and CFO regarding this, and we can allow them to buy in iKollege if they don't have any credit dues or anything like that. This gives them a sense of inclusivity, and we will have easy accessibility to everyone. That's my main motive.
All right, last question. The idea of a sustainable Saarang has come and gone in one too many manifestos and applications. What is novel about the Sustainability Conclave?
Yeah, IIT Madras being a home to many species, even endangered ones, we as a students or as an organization, it's very important for us to adopt sustainable ways in whatever we do. You can see that we as a Saarang team for the past few years we are giving utmost importance for sustainability in the ways we do. Let's say this year we adopted ticketless, and even on banners we had a few guidelines that on what banners we can use. Coming to Sustainability Conclave, it's another effort where we can have a couple of events, competitions and talks through the cultural way to give that importance to students, that it's very important for us to adopt sustainable way in our daily lifestyle. Because in Sustainable Conclave, we can have events like green fashion show, trash to treasure competition, or even talks on how important it is to adopt sustainable ways in our daily living. This gives a fun way this gives us a chance to have a fun way of teaching to students why it is so important to adopt sustainable way of lifestyle.